Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP and what 99% of the general public is missing out on right now. So, as everyone is distracted by everything else that is happening around us. You see mainstream media, throwing up garbage all over the, news channels. Everyone's being distracted by this, that, whatever. Everything behind the scenes is moving extremely fast. We do see here from Gold Telegraph, breaking news, the Bank of Japan has begun coordinating an experiment regarding the issuing of a central bank digital currency with Japan's 3 mega banks. Another one. And after spending 2 years verifying whether there are any problems with bank account deposits and withdrawals, the BOJ will decide whether to go ahead with a CBDC in 2026. We've been addressing the digital euro, the digital pound, the digital dollar. We are seeing digital currencies centered around fiat popping up every single day. CBDCs are being streamlined. Everything within this market is changing rapidly. 99% of the general public does not even realize what is happening. What do you see over here? Bank of England, Deputy Governor, says the UK may need digital pound. I just reported on this the other day. They blamed it on FTX. The Deputy Governor discussed if the collapse of crypto firm FTX should influence the bank's decision to issue a digital pound. I think that this statement from the Bearable Bull is perfect. They're going completely chaotic on FTX and Bitcoin, saying that crypto is this, crypto is that, all while pushing CBDCs. What crypto is assisting with CBDCs, yet you're still scared. And again, as we looked at what Ripple and XRP are doing with CBDCs, and I don't necessarily say like XRP is also doing things. No, it's what Ripple is trying to accomplish utilizing XRP within their CBDC mechanisms. It's significant. They are pushing and also assisting with the development of CBDCs. We've been addressing this for a while. The XRP ledger is perfectly developed for CBDCs. They already have 2 on their platform. It is only a matter of time. What do you see over here? Bank of England projects more than £30 billion of annual quantitative easing losses for 2023 and 2024. The Treasury is now bailing out the central bank. 2022 is going to go into the record books. Liquidity is 100% needed, right? We do see from here, from Crypto Chihuahua, where will it come from? Bond market, not an option. Printing more money, not an option. Interest rates already peaking. Where is the money going to come from? I could tell you a few ways that they could get more money. Liquidity is going to be the big area here. A liquidity crisis is brewing. I've been addressing this for a while as well around XRP because I believe that XRP could be the solution to a lot of these major issues. And a lot of people continue to say, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be. There's no way that they're going to utilize XRP. XRP is 100% decentralized. Why would they not utilize XRP to assist in a liquidity crisis? It is the perfect opportunity for them. And also, as Bank of England continues to kind of collapse here, and these central banks are being bailed out, as we see a possible digital pound being talked about, I do think that's only a matter of time before we start to see more and more digital tokens, aka central bank digital currencies, popping up. Why? Because we are seeing a currency crisis breaking out globally as well in many areas. 7 countries were reported by Nomura of having or being at a high risk of currency crises or crises. This is significant. And I want you all to understand that as we continue to watch things unfold rapidly around the world, we won't see any of this being reported on mainstream media. No, you won't hear them talk about a recession. You won't hear them talking about, how these companies or countries are leading into a currency crisis and how there is a liquidity crisis brewing globally around major central banks. You won't hear that at all. No, they're going to continue to push nonsense and push this and push that to get everyone distracted, to get everyone away from what's actually happening, and then boom, all of a sudden things repeat, history repeats. Technically, it won't repeat just like 2008, but it will rhyme. And I do think that when we look at 2008, this could be a lot worse. The macroeconomics here just do not make sense at all. There's no way that they could sustain the economy the way it is currently without having some sort of blow-off recession. It's going to get concerning very quick. I would argue that 2023 to 2024 is going to be a very concerning time. A lot of people argue like, all right, well, crypto's going to 100% go to zero, right? Like it's going to crash just as much as everything else. I don't necessarily believe so. I actually think that crypto will be a hedge against a lot of what we are seeing. I've talked about this many times as well in the past when we do talk about XRP within this new financial system that is being created. They want to collapse the current financial system. In fact, we have seen a big shift happening around the financial system. When we looked at gold has been being stockpiled by a lot of these major areas around the world. More so, China. China has been rapidly stockpiling gold for a very long time. Russia, the BRICS nations have been stockpiling gold. We do see here from Frank Giustra. If you aren't paying attention to this trend, it's time to start. Some unidentified purchases are to be expected, but an unspecified slice of this magnitude is unheard of. And we do see China thought to be stockpiling gold to cut greenback dependence. We are actually seeing buying of gold. It's at its fastest pace since the 1960s. Think about that. This is huge. Something big is coming. And I do believe that it is centered around digital as well as the CBDCs. I've talked about CBDCs backed by gold issued out on DLT technology. That is what I assume will happen. But we don't know 100% what is going to happen next. I think that right now everything is kind of uncertain on what's going to happen next. But I will say our financial system, as we know it, is going to be fully disrupted. Now, there's a lot of concerning factors around this new financial system as well, because although, yes, it will be digital, yes, it will be beneficial for cryptocurrencies like XRP, I want you all to understand that they are also pushing other things. We do see over here, New Zealand. Jacinda has partnered with Bill Gates' company to turn quarantine records into digital IDs. Yes, this is happening. This is concerning. And I want you guys to understand that digital IDs are being rolled out. They're being pushed. This is happening. This was on November 19th. 99% of the general public is blind to this. They don't realize what is happening. We do see over here. The Chinese model is certainly a very attractive model for quite a number of countries. Klaus Schwab. Listen closely to this. This is about a minute and 34 seconds long.
On the G20, you were there meeting some of the leaders as well. Professor Schwab, what do you make of the result? Finally, they put something as a statement, and it seems quite positive with all the voices included.
I think it's positive. It's already positive through the fact that everybody agreed about the statement, which we haven't had the last years. Now the base has been formed, but we have to go one step further. We have to have a strategic mood. We have to construct the world of tomorrow. It's a systemic transformation of the world. So we have to define how the world should look like, which we want to come out of this transformation period. I respect China's achievements, which are tremendous over the last over 40 years. I think it's a role model for many countries, but I think also we should leave it to each country to make its own decision what system it wants to adopt. And I think we should be very careful in imposing systems. But the Chinese model is certainly a very attractive model for quite a number of countries.
a systemic transformation. And he's touting the fact that China has a very attractive model. Now, let's address this real quick. China stockpiling the highest amounts of gold since the 1960s. The BRICS nations stockpiling massive amounts of gold. You have the BRICS nations moving towards a new reserve currency. You have the BRICS nations moving away from the US dollar and also creating trade as well as cross-border mechanisms utilizing cryptocurrencies. And no one is reporting on this. Are you kidding me? No one is reporting on this. This is an absolute massive move being made. And it's being made before all of our eyes, and barely anyone is noticing. What do you see over here? What the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities. Klaus Schwab, listen closely.
It's at the end. What the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities. So that's the first.
And I want you all to understand that the World Economic Forum, as we know it, has been focused on eliminating cash, going fully digital. They want to do digital implementation into our bodies through, again, 3D printed organs. That's right, you heard me. They are pushing for a full digital revolution, not only systemically, but also biologically. This is a concerning area. What do you see over here as well? It's worth watching this commentary by Vandana Shiva. I hope that I'm saying that name right. She calls out the war on cash, social credit systems, the World Economic Forum, Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, and the Great Reset. If ever there was a time for humanity to wake up, now is the time. Listen closely to this.
And if you notice, my country was the first where they made cash illegal. 2016, digitalization was forced on the country. 8 o'clock in the evening announced midnight, cash was illegal, the big notes. And 70% of the economy crashed. This digitalization is now going all over the world, and there's a war on cash. They call it war on cash because cash is merely a medium of exchange. It has no value in itself. It's just a promise. You read the dollar note, it says, I promise to pay the bearer. When it's digital, even a credit card, you're giving rents to the global financial system. But when it's cryptocurrency in the hands of algorithms, in the hands of big tech, they will do what is happening in China. Create social credit system to decide a new caste system. And you might have also followed that while all this has been happening, the founder of the World Economic Forum did a book called The Great Reset on how to deal with the COVID crisis. And everything we're seeing unfold is part of that Great Reset. But an element of that Great Reset is you will own nothing. Now, I'm a believer in the commons. And it would be so good if all land was a commons, if all seed was a commons, if food was a commons, if health was a commons, so that we had strong public health systems, strong community health system, deep knowledge about being healthy. But when Klaus Schwab says, you will own nothing, he's saying we'll own it all. That's why you have Gates, not just owning the seed, wanting to own our food. One, of course, controls the health, and now owning land. This, if ever there was a time for humanity to wake up, now is the time.
And she is talking about how overnight, they went from a physical cash society to a digital cash society. A lot of people in the XRP community will continue to say things are going to happen overnight. But nobody ever mentions what actually is going to happen overnight. You know, what does the value of XRP really mean if, at the end of the day, we will own nothing? This is the concerning factor. This is what is actually happening overnight. This is the flip that will be switched overnight, going from cash to digital in an instant. And everyone that is not paying attention will be completely shocked. We need to wake up. 99% of the general public doesn't even see what's happening. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.